So hello guys. God bless y'all. My name is Gabriel, and I wanted to share my dream vision that I had back in 2011. I'm gonna try and be quick. Uh, Let me just say that I had this dream a couple of weeks or days after my real, true conversion to Christ. And I say true because I've converted before that several times, but I mean it was all fake. But after my real true conversion to Christ, I had this vision, and I say vision because it was so real. So let's just go ahead. In this vision, I was seeing myself like if I was seeing myself like if I was watching TV, but there was no TV box or nothing. I was watching myself. It was in third person, and one thing that is very interesting in that vision is that I look exactly as I look today, exactly how you are seeing me. That's exactly how I look in the vision. So I'm seeing myself, and I think I'm in a family reunion, or I'm in a church reunion, or a church feast. I don't know. I don't got to see the persons. They were all blurred out. I only could see myself in this table, sitting at this table, and there were people to my right, there were people to my left, and but I couldn't see who they were. I know they were familiar to me, but I couldn't tell because they were all blurred out. So I'm kind of a jokester, and I do jokes, and that's my thing, making people happy and stuff and smile. So I saw myself in this table, and I was doing like this. I went ahead. I was talking. I don't know if I was telling a joke. I don't know if I was preaching. I don't know. I'm not the preacher type, but who knows? Maybe. So I don't know if I was telling a joke or telling a funny story, or preaching. And I went ahead and did like this. I opened my arms, like, I don't know, and I could see that there were people. All the attention wasn't me, but they were all blurred out. I couldn't see them. And as soon as I did like this, with a smile, I was smiling. Lightning strike, it strike, and it was very fast. I could barely see the lightning. I was watching all this. I was watching all it, and lightning strike me, real fast. After that lightning strike me, we went ahead to another scene open, and I could see myself in this cylinder, or this tube of light. It was this tube of light from way down, I don't know, maybe Earth, and it was all the way up, and I was inside this cylinder of light. But there was no gravity, like in space there's no gravity, and astronauts are all like we see in movie. I was like that inside this cylinder, inside this tube, and I was confused. I was never scared, but I was confused because a moment ago I was at a table, at a party, or at a feast, or a family reunion. I don't know what it was, but and now I'm in this tube of light, floating. There's no gravity, and I got no control of myself, and I'm like, what just happened? I was like that. I was confused. I was never scared. I was confused, and what happened? What happened? And then it hit me, and when it hit me, I was like in shock. I did like this. I did exactly like this. I did like, the rapture is happening. The rapture just happened, and I was excited. I mean, my heart, like, it raced real fast, and I was in shock. I was like, the rapture, and when I realized it was the rapture, I started praising God, and I started worshiping Him, and it was funny for a moment because I was worshiping Him while I was, with no gravity. I couldn't control my body. It was, hey, pray Jesus, we're leaving and blah blah blah, and I was floating around. Uh, when I stopped worship Him and preaching Him, and I look outside the tube of light. It was a cylinder tube of light, and I could fit there. I don't know. It was like perfect fit for me. I don't know if it's custom or I remember it. And after I stopped worshiping, I look outside the tube, and I saw other tube of lights. I saw ones that were near, and I saw ones that were farther. But there were a lot of tube lights, and I told myself, the rapture is happening, and those are other people being raptured. I couldn't see people inside the tube, but I knew they were they were being raptured in that tube. So after that scene is done, I jump to another scene, and I was in this town, which I believe was heaven. The thing is that maybe God didn't want me to show me heaven because it was all blacked out. It was like a big curtain, black curtain, and there was and the floor was all blacked out. It was not dark. I could see, but I don't know. I say to myself that God didn't want to show me heaven for whatever reason. Maybe He wanted to surprise me when it actually happens. So it was all black out. The background was all black out. The floor was all black out. I didn't see no Chinese stuff, no gold, nothing. But it was a peaceful place. So that's what I'm saying. It's heaven. And in this place, I saw three persons. I saw first my mother, and when I saw her, we were glad. I was glad to see her, and we were happy. And we started looking for other relative. And while walking, looking for other relative, I saw my grandmother. That's the second person I saw. I saw my grandmother, my mother's mother. And we were happy. We found her and stuff. And then I saw another person. I saw her walking towards me. And that was on my father's side. My aunt, she's called Mayra. And she was coming with this little boy or this little girl holding her hand. I didn't knew the boy. I couldn't see her because he was all blurred out, exactly like the first time he was all blurred out. But she came with this little boy, and she say hi to us, and I remember telling her, like, have you seen our other relative? And she says, no, I'm looking for them. So I say, like, okay, let's split up. You go that way, we'll go this way, and let's try to find them. And like we agreed on that. And she just said goodbye and went off with this little boy, little girl holding her hand. And we went to another way. And then it ended. When it ended, I woke up with the vision closed. And I was so in shock. I was so in shock because, I mean, I thought this was happening for real. It felt so real. Like when you're dreaming, you know that you're dreaming, but in this vision, it wasn't real. I mean, I really thought that it was happening. I mean, I had a mixed reaction. I was in shock. I was sad because I wanted to stay there. I already I felt like Earth was so like old school, like Earth. That happened years ago. And being back on Earth and realizing that it was a vision, that it was not real. I mean, I was sad. I was missing heaven. I was missing the rapture already. I was in shock, and I stayed in shock for like 2 or 3 days thinking about that. It was an incredible experience, and you know, people are gonna mock me. My family mocks me. I mean, they're scoffers and stuff. That's part of the Christian life. But let me tell you this, guys. Jesus is coming. I hope it's this year. I don't set dates, but we, or the ones that study, knows that he is coming. This is the season, and he is near. We see the times. We see what is happening. We see what is happening with Israel, and he is coming. He is coming. I can feel it. I mean, people are gonna mock. People are gonna keep living their life. Even church people are gonna keep living their life. They won't believe. Believe me, I've tell a lot of Christian, and they won't believe. The only thing they say is like, nobody knows the hour, nobody knows the day, and that's easy. Of course, that it's easy to believe that nobody knows the hours, nobody knows the day, but nobody actually study what Jesus meant with that. And I know you guys know what he meant, because you're here. And if you're not, if you don't know, I'm sorry, my English is kind of bad. And if you don't know, study, because we gotta study the Bible so you can learn. I mean, it is so much more that that Jesus meant with that. Study Scripture. So, I mean, get right with Jesus. He is coming. This will happen. I guarantee it on my life. It will happen. Get your things right. I mean, I haven't been perfect after my real true conversion. I went after that on a on-off relationship with God. But a couple of months ago, he brought me back. I mean, I never left, but he like put straight my walk in him, and I thank him, because he remained faithful when I was unfaithful, and he is loyal, and he is merciful, and he brought me back. He talked to me. He cleaned me just in time when we're about to leave. Either it's this year, the next year, I don't know, but I mean, I learned so much, and he is loyal. He is faithful. He is faithful. He is a loving God, and he is faithful. So get ready, man. We are living. We are leaving. I'm telling you, we are leaving. God bless.